I'm Steve Hay and welcome to the wonderful world of woodworking with Carbotech. Today we're going to be covering veneering. Samuel asked what sort of glue, or he's talking about the hide glue. You can use contact cement, but I would use it very, very sparingly. Case in point, a friend of mine came and got some walnut burl from me and hide glue. There was two Jags. A friend of his had two, old Jags, and they wanted to redo the dash in walnut burl. And Mark said, oh, look, I'll use hide glue. And his mate said, it's a waste of time. He said, I'm going to use contact cement. Interestingly enough, in Queensland, in Brisbane summers, it gets very, very hot, especially inside of a car. The Jag that had the walnut dash done in contact cement, the contact cement melted and the dash peeled away, or the veneer peeled away on the dash. And yet the one that was done with hide glue to this day is still good as gold. So I've used contact cement, especially on fiddly bits. For example, if I was going to put an edge down here and I was going to use veneer, depending how much it was, I could, quite easily put a little bit of contact down there and use it. Another thing you can do, say for example you had this. This is something you can experiment with. You can put PVA on that, just on one side, or hide glue, doesn't matter. Let it dry, then put it in place and run a hot iron over it. That reactivates the glue. The pressure of the iron will hold it down and you can get away with. That is a quick fix for doing little edging and what have you. I drove my wife mad once. I was using the ironing press. I was doing box lids and the ironing press. I ended up having an ironing press out in the workshop and she didn't have one in the house for a while. So yeah, try that. Look, I wouldn't do it with big jobs. It creates a lot of problems because the iron does generate heat and it can cause bubbles. If you get bubbles in veneer, which does happen sometimes, if I could make one, but what I do is I get a knife and I'll pierce the bubble with the point of the knife, put a little cut in there, then get a little bit of glue on the end of the knife blade and poke it in, and then with the veneer hammer, rub it until it's dried. I have used super glue in the past to do that and it works very well. However, I saw a beautiful job that this lady had made in marquetry, and it was a Japanese scene, you know, with the pagoda up here and the cranes here and the cherry blossoms over here, a geisha girl, and then there was a little lake, and in the lake there was a lily, and the lily was made out of Scottish sycamore, and she put a little bit of hide glue in there. It reacted with the timber and went bright green. So that doesn't help your day at all either.